Many of you probably have a screen that goes all the way to the floor or maybe comes real close to the floor. According to Carl's place, I needed a gap down there. Now, that gap is a slight design flaw on my part because I can't make these corner paddings. They don't stick up tall enough. Otherwise, things will just go right under the net. So now we're going to design a bumper down here made out of upholstery foam. In a previous video, we made bumpers for the corners, across the top, and down the sides, and we made it out of this gutter foam. This would have worked across the bottom, but I screwed up. I made my screen too short, at least the structure's probably too tall, and the screen has a bigger gap than what this will cover. And to be honest with you, I did some test runs of this, and I felt like this was more reactive to the ball, and I felt like upholstery foam would work a little bit better. So I've got this remnant piece here, and we are going to cut it. Yes, that's a turkey cutter. So I'm gonna just slowly but surely cut along here and show you exactly what I did. Then we'll go over to the golf room and we'll show you what we placed down and then how we're gonna kind of cover it up, because this is a bit of a challenge to get the exact angle and get a nice clean cut. So this blade here is roughly 8¼ inches long. I figure I need at least 5 to get to the bottom of my screen. So we're just going to measure 5 inches over here, make a mark, and then we're just going to try and rough cut right along here. I would definitely suggest, if you're trying to make these on your own and you're using one of these knives, go super slow. Not because they're dangerous. I mean, they'll cut the crap out of you. But if the slower you go, the better angle you can get, and you don't start getting this wobble. You could try and make a jig. I tried to. I probably spent more time on that than I should have, and here I am just now making the video. So I'm just going to show you an example of how this cuts, okay? So if you notice, I'm kind of using a sawing action. It's weird, when you cut this upholstery foam, it's almost like cutting wood. If you go with the grain or against the grain, you get a different kind of cut. So as you can see, it does create tiny little ridges. So let's go over to the golf room and see what I came up with, and then I'll show you how I kind of covered up that mess. So here's one of the pieces that I'd already cut. And as you can see, this is where I screwed up. The screen doesn't really come all the way to the floor, and I'm not willing to tear down this entire structure and rebuild it. Maybe someday. And even though it has pipe foam on it, I'm telling you, something that ricochets off of this and you're done for. I mean, people skull them. Yeah, I skull them, but I got buddies that'll probably skull them a little bit worse than I do. And I'm trying to protect stuff back here and then trying to prevent ricochets. So I had this foam and I thought it would look good, but the more I looked at it, it just didn't have the aesthetics that I wanted. It just didn't look as clean. And even though I'm not going to be giving lessons in here and it's not a professional place, I am still going to be creating YouTube content. And I wanted something a little bit more aesthetically appealing. And I realized I've got carpet left over. So this carpet has plenty of room to just kind of go up against the foam here. And then what I can do is I can put some grommets here and then just some light zip ties. I'm not going to zip tie it all the way down because I don't want to make this taut. I'm just putting some light zip ties to still keep this flexibility, but it allows this ramp process. And if you don't believe me, watch this real quick. Okay, so as you can see, balls come in, they go up, they hit this, they might come back. I mean, let's face it, sometimes balls just are going to ricochet like that. So let's go ahead and put some grommets in here, and then we're going to zip tie it down, and that'll be that final portion of the simulator build.